Remember a few weeks ago when we said that waiting was the hardest part? Turns out actually moving into 399 square feet feels way harder. So we have this 399 square feet that we're getting ready to move into, and we've had a lot of conversations and done a lot of thinking about how to do it. So last Saturday we rented a U-Haul so we could bring over our bulky items that wouldn't fit in our car, like file cabinets, kitchen essentials, bathroom essentials, those things that we didn't need when we were over in our tiny rental. So our strategy was, let's get tables, anything big that won't fit in the car, and we'll bring that over in a U-Haul first. So we tore apart our storage unit on a Saturday morning, dug out all of those items so we could load those into the U-Haul and bring them back to the house. We had to be really strategic with what we brought back because we had to make sure that anything that we brought in could be immediately put away in a drawer, a cabinet, or a closet, or go up in our loft for storage, because this week we were going to have all of our deliveries. Our big day with our washer and dryer was coming, the couch and the TV table were coming, mattresses and bed frame and desks were going to be coming, and we had to have room to be able to put some of those things together. And in a tiny house, there isn't a whole lot of extra space once you start moving furniture in, so we had to be really strategic with what we brought in. We had a really great staged strategy that we worked through, but as we got closer to clearing out the rental completely, the staged strategy that worked so well initially got abandoned in the final push. So on Tuesday, while we were waiting for the washer and dryer to be delivered, we put together these cute little desks that we searched and searched for to fit our space exactly. It's one reason why we didn't want to bring furniture from our traditional house, because we wanted to make sure that the new furniture, if it needed to be downsized, would, and it would work well and not take up too much of the space. So we put together the first desk in the office and then moved out onto the porch to put together the second one, and at the end of maybe 30 minutes, we had both desks put together and ready for computer setup. Next, we had to get ready for the washer and dryer delivery. It's the big day. Okay, so the washer and dryer is on its way. It should be here any minute. We're a little bit nervous. I know it'll fit, we've measured, but the thing that we haven't really been able to get a really good feel for is how much of the ductwork is going to push it out into the hallway. So if we didn't have to worry about that ductwork, it would be fine. But we got the slim line. We're going to try to put that in if we have to, but I'm a little bit nervous. And I really want to make the 27-inch washer and dryer work because we have king-size bedding and we have 2 dogs and a cat. So a 24-inch apartment size just wasn't going to cut it for us. And this is the one thing that we were not able to go tiny on. We weren't able to downsize our laundry capacity needs. So fingers crossed, we'll see how it goes. Wish us luck. They came in and took a look at the space that they had to work with and removed the refrigerator handles, if that tells you anything about how much space they were working with. Remember that 3-inch dilemma? We've measured, remeasured, and when these delivery guys showed up, we were genuinely nervous. These professional delivery guys make moving appliances into a tiny house look like poetry in motion. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. We're gonna be pushing it back soon. There it goes. Pushing it back in. Everybody hold your breath. Uh-oh, there's some adjustments happening. Here we go. Try it again, second attempt. Well, that's a good sign. I can see daylight past it, at least. about where we expected. Oh my gosh. See, it overhangs the walkway more than it's supposed to by a good several inches. But we can get through to our office, so it's gonna work, I think. At least we have laundry capacity. Yay. So Thursday brought two major events. One, our couch and TV table delivery, and two, the concrete pour for our carport and driveway. The timing for this couldn't have been worse. With the driveway work happening, we couldn't back up to the bottom of our front stairs like we'd been doing. Instead, we had to park across the street in a neighbor's driveway and walk everything to our rear entry, which hasn't been graded yet and was still muddy from rain and concrete work. It probably doubled the time that we took to move things in from the car. Okay, they're making a plan. They're going to be delivering our couch. The couch was delivered all right in the middle of the concrete chaos. One of the recliners, unfortunately, was broken, and so they'll be sending us a replacement, but at least for now, we finally had something more comfortable than camping chairs to sit on. After all that digging and all that concrete work, here's what we're looking like. We have a driveway that's ready to cure. We continued unpacking, putting things together, making runs back to the tiny rental, cleaning the tiny rental, checking out of the tiny rental, and coming back to our house. Friday was supposed to be the final push, moving the last of our items from the tiny rental. What we didn't anticipate was just how much the rest of our stuff actually was. As Brian kept bringing loads over, I was unpacking, washing, and organizing. I remember thinking, okay, we got this, and then Brian kept bringing more items. It felt endless. We went back to the tiny rental to get the cat, and we said goodbye. All right, we are loaded up for the final run to move our stuff from this tiny rental where we've been for the last 83 days over to our house to spend the first night in our house. Since it was delivered, it's still not completely put together, but we're gonna spend the night there tonight. So hasta la vista, tiny house rental. It's been fun. Okay, just an update. We just pulled away from the rental and are back in our own house again, and it's a mess and it's overwhelming, and the cat's here. So welcome to our mess. We are working through it one section at a time, and we have a few things we're gonna put back in storage. So yeah, we're out of the rental. We're officially sleeping on our camping beds here tonight because we still need to put the bed frame together, and our mattresses came today, but we don't think we're going to be able to get them up here for tonight. So here we are. We're officially here, and the whole family is home. Here's what we've learned. Even after weeks of planning a choreographed move and having a great strategic plan, concrete can get poured in the middle of it. So as you see, we have a lot of work ahead of us. Next video, which won't happen next week, will show you an update of our bed frame situation and where we are with our unpacking and how it's been to live in 399 square feet. We hope you'll follow and subscribe to continue following our journey.